Hi everyone, this is Cody, and in this video I'm going to be talking about kitchen knives and doing a slight review of this one at the same time. Okay, so first off, this knife. So this knife is it's an 8-inch knife. It's kind of the classic chef design. So it has the kind of the long blade. So it's a full flat grind, so it tapers down really thin. I think it's flat. Yeah, it is. And then it has a pretty nice handle. It's just got a square back. And this is going to be a knife you'll be able to find for about $20 or $30 at like any store like Walmart, Target, or something like that. And it's going to be a pretty good knife. It'll sharpen up and get a really nice edge on it. It's not going to hold its edge that long, so you will have to resharpen it quite a bit compared to like a $40 Swiss knife or something. So if you want to spend a bit more, you could get something quite a bit better. But this serves its purpose, and it does it really well. Then there's knives like these that come in a set. Now you may actually pay quite a bit of money for this set, and you get like a wooden block and a few more knives than this. But a lot of the time, unless you spend a lot of money, you're going to get pretty low quality knives that aren't going to even sharpen up to have a very good edge. They're going to generally not have very good steel. And I wouldn't recommend going with a set, because for the most part you're only going to need a few of those knives anyway, so you'd be better off getting something like this or buying a better knife to start with. Now there are some knives that come like this one. It came with a KitchenAid set, and it's not a bad knife. It actually sharpens up and holds an edge reasonably well. So there are going to be some cheap knife exceptions. So now I'm going to, and now these are all sharpened up good with the Work Sharp, as sharp as I can get them. So now I'm going to show you how to cut. Okay, so I was going to try using the tomato, but the best thing I could find to do this with was actually a grape. It's going to perform pretty similar to a tomato. So what I'm going to do is just chop into it, and I'm going to use really light pressure. So that was all done with just the weight of the knife. I didn't push down. In fact, I probably lifted up a little bit. It's amazing what this knife can do. So put that aside, and it'll keep its edge for a while, you know. So it's actually a pretty good knife, but it's not going to keep its edge as long as one of the more expensive knives. And then here's the thing that came in a KitchenAid combo at some point in time. So obviously it's a lighter knife, so it's not going to do the work for you. You have to push down a bit, but it cuts through it nicely. It's not squishing it at all or anything like that. So now we're going to try this knife, which came out of a set. And I've tried to get as good of an edge on it as I can, but it just doesn't want to sharpen up too well. As you can see, we really had to squish that to get it to cut. I don't know that we'll really be able to get a thin slice. Yeah, it's just squishing. It's nowhere near as good as something like this. And one other thing which this knife has going for it, all of these knives are pretty thin, whereas this style of knife for kitchen use is actually pretty good, because you can load it up with stuff and then carry stuff and dump it in a pot or something. Now a lot of people, like the survival people who watch my channel, you may focus on one category of knives, but knives are nice tools to have, and all of the different sorts of them are valuable. You could use one knife to do everything, but you could also have multiple knives. You could have kitchen knives and outdoor knives to do different tasks. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next video.